Oh yeah, I got him. Oh, nice. Alright, so we got some jobs to do. Some jobs to do with DC. So the 12 volt system. I'm gonna pull this bad boy out. I'll explain what it is later on down the track. I've got a spare regulator that I just had alligator clips on, and a Anderson plug that I just clip onto a battery whenever I needed to. But now it's not being used for anything, so I'm going to actually install it into the camper trailer for good reason, and yeah, I'll explain that as well. Anyway, get stuck into this thing. Well, that didn't take long. Usually it's the 5-minute jobs that turn into about an hour. Well, I end up stripping me Allen key, so it was a bit hard to get off, but that's off now. The rest should be pretty easy. So this is just the old wind turbine regulator. So what it does is I'll be able to utilise the two negative positive wires coming out, so that's already fused and everything, so I'll just show that straight into the bottom of the regulator on the output. And then these ones here, why there's 3 wires is the wind turbine was actually putting out AC, so what this does is goes in, then comes out DC, so hence the why there's 3 wires there. I'm not going to pull out these wires because later on down the track I'll possibly throw another wind turbine in. I don't have my old one anymore. I end up getting rid of it because I'll probably want to go a different kind. Now I know a bit more about them, I'll get more efficient one, and yeah. So I'm going to use them 2 wires, tuck these wires and wrap them up and stick them down there for future. And throw in this other regulator up here. Oh, that wasn't too hard after I got the other regulator out. Just had to drill new holes because none of them lined up. I still wanted to be away as well, so just in case I ever do put another regulator in, I've got room. I don't want to stick it in the middle. This is why when I do my wiring, it mightn't look the neatest, but you can't see it in here because it's tucked away. But I never make them just reach. I always add that extra for times like this, because now I've moved that up further than this one was. I don't have to add 10 or 20 mil. I've got enough length here, I've just pulled it through, so that'll be ready to snip off and go straight in. We're on a roll. Done. So I'm going to leave this one here like this for now. This is just the input where you plug the solar into. But what I might do eventually, it doesn't matter now. It works, it's good. It's not made for all the time. It's just when I pull out my solar panel from the ute, and then when I go driving in the ute, that 220 watt solar panel just sits there and does nothing. So now I can plug it straight into this bad boy, and then yeah, it's just, I'm not wasting that panel by sitting there, and I can plug anything into this. So I even got a spare panel that folds up underneath the seat for the quad, and that's unregulated as well, so that can be plugged in here as well. So, but yeah, eventually I will. So I'll go out and I'll get a double one of these, then I can have my main one and then the second one, and that'll plug into that. Cool. Pretty happy with that. Glad I got that done. So this was my spare one, but obviously after changing over the main one, I had a 30 amp and I swapped it out for a 50 amp because I was getting more than 30 amps out of them panels on nice sunny days that were reasonably cool. Maybe not so much in the summer when the panels heat up, they don't work as efficiently, but on a good winter's clear sunny day, I was getting more than 30 amps. So even if I have a lot of headspace, I can always go out and get another 2 more of them panels if I ever want, and I'll be right. Alright, so here's moment of truth. We're going to disconnect the main solar array, which is here. It says camper trailer. What are we sitting on? About 390 watts, 28 or so amp. What we want to do now is put it in down the bottom here where it says ute regulator. Even though it's only 15 amp one and this bad boy up here is 50, as long as that voltage doesn't go over it. So this is what I mean about what it's going to be able to take. But remember, up here we're putting out about 20 or so 28 amps, but here, because this is only a 15 amp reg, it's only going to be able to utilize that 15 amp max. So, but it's working. That's all I wanted to know. Which when I go away and I plug the ute panel into it, it doesn't go over the 15 amps, so we won't be wasting any amps. Stoked. Oh, that's another job done. Got to be happy with that. So on to the next job. This one's an easy one. I was lucky enough for the guys at EcoFlow to send us out their new Delta 2 range. For those who've been following for a while, you've noticed I've had their original Delta, and that's what's been running my induction cooking side of things and doing a few other things. But now I've got their Delta 2 range plus an expansion battery, so it doubles me watt hours. Anyway, time to put it together and throw her in the camper trailer, and I'll give you a look how it works. So while the sun's coming up, their mother batteries are down to about 30%. We're going to have to pull the original one out and put the other two new ones in, because we're going to need a whole day to charge them up. I don't have mains power around here, but good thing is at least one will come up through the day, the main unit of the other one, and then if it needs more charging, well, this thing's still sitting at 93%, so I'll be able to show this on and use this to charge the other two. Then I'll just work on charging this whenever I need to. One thing too, guys, I'm not replacing this because it doesn't work for me. It has been working non-stop. It's been running, doing what I need it to do, but the guys have offered to send the newer ones out, and there's a few features about it I like, so that's why we're going to take this one out, and I don't want to really part with this one. I might even run this one in the ute, so when I go in the ute camping, could give me the option to run induction out of the ute too. We'll see how we go. But anyway, got to get these other two in here, getting them charged. I tried putting you in the best spot, hope you can kind of see. There's only a few things to pull out. So on this unit, the solar input and that, and the mains power is on the side of it. Just got to pull them out, pull the solar out, and what I had in the back was just the just one AC plug to run the induction, and the other one just runs out and runs into the camper trailer to charge the camper. Anyway, we'll get this one out. So this is pretty cool. On the second battery here you have that little spot for where that main cord goes in. But what I can do is put all the other cords in that come with everything else that I'm not using. Good storage spot. So everything's turned off, nothing's on. Plug this one in. So that should work alright. I said the best thing about this setup is I can control it on my phone, so I don't have to reach in for anything. Well, I said what I can do, because my other Delta's got a fair whack of charge in it through the day, or possibly even use that original Delta to help charge these as well. They're going to take a bit to get back up, but once they're up, it should be right. Nice. So it's not the most ideal spot because of how I've had to do it. It would have been a bit better if I could put them side by side, you know, here, just for room wise, but as long as it works, that's going to work, and who knows, I might do some more renovations and change stuff around, you know. But for now, we're going to leave it like that and get these things charged up. What I do like too, it might be charged or, you know, a lot quicker than the main batteries on the setup. What I've been doing is, this is why I got this plug. So it plugs into where you like your mains, or you plug a Jenny into on the outside of your camper trailer to charge your batteries. So what I've been doing is, once that other unit was charged up, instead of wasting its power, because your solars wouldn't put any more in because it was charged, instead of changing solar panels around and that, I could just run this, plug it into the camper trailer, and the other unit would be enough to run the battery charger on the Victron, which charges me main setup then. So you know, you might cook on a fire one night and not even touch the induction side of things, and then you can use that as an actual solar generator to charge your main setup. So it's good, I can piggyback them off each other, and vice versa. Sometimes the camper trailer's charged a lot more quicker than this thing, so I could do the same, hence the fact why I've got it plugged in. So yeah, it has its bonuses running this sort of thing to run the induction. Well, the sun hadn't come out much yet. We're only putting in about 37 watts, and that was going to take a long time, so I ended up pulling out the original one out, throwing it on the charge, and she got moving then. So I ended up stopping it at 6%, and I got the actual Delta 2 up to about 75%. Not long to go now and she'll be fully charged. She's all done, fully charged. So although that did take a little bit, don't forget that was down to 30%, so obviously because of it had to be shipped. Very rarely am I going to get down that low on them numbers. Even when I had the single one, the original Delta, I'd the most it'd ever get down to after cooking meal and your coffee and all that would be about 40%. And they're big meals there when you do spag bowls and rice dishes, stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't drop these two down that low. So every day I know she'll be coming back up again. The expansion battery, it's just handy to have. I know if I need it, it's there. You know, maybe that'll be the go when I'm on the road and I don't want to pull out the panels every day. If I'm on the road for a few days, that there I reckon would be enough for cooking each night until I set up the panels again. But anyway, it wasn't a review, just wanted to give you a look at that. That was the actual package I was waiting for at this spot. So now they've rocked up, I'll think about moving on. These are out in Australia now, the Delta 2s, only as of Tuesday, so which would be today. Yeah, and I do have a, I think it's a 5% discount. So if I get all the details in time, I'll show it in the description for you. And I might even, if I can figure it out, I'll put it up on the screen as well. So if you are looking at anything like it. But in a few weeks after using it a bit, well, I know how the original Delta went and it worked well. So I can't see this thing not working as good, obviously better. With the, you know, the features. Probably the biggest feature I will say, I won't, you know, get into it too much because I will do a review on it, but the biggest feature I like about this one is I can control the AC charge current, where before my inverter, I don't run a big inverter in my main setup, hence why I'm running one of these to run my induction cooker. But now I can drop the AC input to be able to charge this off my main setup. So instead of putting all 1200 watts I think this thing can handle input, I can drop it down to a reasonable 300, you know, if I'm just running off solar. So that's the big advantage for me, but has a lot more as well. But anyway, yeah, if I get all the details, I will throw a link in the description and stuff like that, a code or whatnot for you. But might go for a wander down to the water. Seen old mate the croc getting around before, so I'll see if he's still there. Come for a wander, girl. It's a good time of day because all the roos come out, corallas are out. You know, just it's nice. Sun's going down. Yeah, they're out. There they go. Alright, what do you got to do? You got to stay there? Come here. Stay there. Oh. So peaceful out here. The water's up again. It was down for a while there, dropped right down. But then they let some of the water go into the irrigation channels or whatnot. So then you'll realise this here will drop, it'll get lower, and then when they stop filling all them irrigation channels up, it comes up higher again. It's pretty cool. I will miss the spot. It's good to come back, but I am getting itchy feet now. It's been a little bit. I'm going for a walk around to this other spot. You good? Yeah! Settle down. Ah, little shit.
Got no issues, kinda nice. Running water into a paradise. Got no drama, feels like we arrived. Picture perfect, don't exist.
Tell you what, if I could have, I would have definitely put this trailer in here, but just a bit too small and a bit too sandy. Would have been fun. Worth it though. Oh, we're lucky we've had a good spot where we were. What are you looking at? Ah, it's nearly tea time. We're being slack tonight. Couldn't be stuffed cooking anything big. Just gonna cook some chicken patties. Chop a bit of cheese. Maybe throw some sun-dried tomatoes in it. Got some olives there. We're gonna have an easy feed, eh? You have an easy feed every night. You never cook. Always do it for you. And she don't pack up, she don't clean, she don't pay for fuel. She don't chip in for anything when something breaks. She got the life. Got the life.
Give you all of my love and you give it right back. I could fly, I could fall,